Hey guys, welcome back to Master Gaming VR. We are here to take a look at a game called Galaxy Race. Now, if you like the I want to go fast of Sprint Vector, but don't really have the stamina to make yourself go fast in Sprint Vector, it's a very demanding game. Galaxy Race might be what you're looking for. It looks like it has a somewhat unique locomotion system that they are calling, I believe it is Gravimotion. And their gravimotion system, at first glance, appears to work similar to how a helicopter would work. So the helicopter leans forward to go forward, it leans side to side to strafe side to side. Um, you're effectively standing on this disc, and it looks like that disc is hovering above ground. And as you lean forward or side to side, that sort of propels you forward or lets you do your turns. I've seen some of the videos where the kids are basically doing like a Naruto anime ninja dash forward, where their arms are back, their head is down. So it looks like an interesting locomotion system. It looks very similar to Sprint Vector in flavor. So I'm interested in getting in and taking a look at that. Other than that, I don't really have much of a preliminary idea of what the game's all about. So let's go ahead and get in the game and find out. Okay, here we are in game. This is the first thing that you are going to see. This is round 2 because getting back to the swing of things, I forgot to hit the record button. Ego me! So we're going to breeze through some of this intro stuff as it's not super exciting. But when you start up the game, you do have to calibrate your controllers. This does appear to be a one-time thing. It didn't ask me to do it the second time I started up the game, but let's go ahead and hold the triggers down, calibrate. Now it wants me to hold my hands out as such, which I'm not sure why it really wants this done, because we don't really use our hands for much. We're right-handed. We use them for dropping abilities, but as far as steering and other things go, really you're using the disc. And this is that, disc thing that I was talking about. And in practice, it feels more like a D-pad than anything else. Like, you can go in these directions and everything. It's almost like a hard shift. We'll see it when we get to racing. So I pointed it out earlier, and I want to point it out again. I see a little bit of my hair here, and I'm gonna. This is an Unreal game, so it's got the black bars on the sides, and I zoom in to minimize that. But you can kind of see the hair, but I'm gonna pop out really quick because you get a little bit better view of the hair. I'm just shaking my head a bit, and it sort of flows with you and goes crazy. It's a nice touch. It's one of the things that I like about the game. But let's go back to this. And we'll take a look at the play space really quick. So you are supposed to stay on the disc, so the rest of the world is whited out except for this little pill-shaped area where you're supposed to be, and everything else sort of fades out of existence until you walk back in here. I really like that concept. Keeps you on the disc, keeps you immersed in the world. When you step out, the only thing you see is the disc, and you have to get back to the disc. I haven't tried this in a race. I don't know if it pauses the race, but that is a nice touch. So let's proceed with the tutorial. Welcome to the Galaxy training area. Here you will learn how to control your flying deck, how to navigate it as you please, and as it takes to become the best racer. As it takes. I'm pretty sure as is supposed to be what? See that platform under your feet? From now on, this is your best friend. Try to balance your body and head. Let's see how this works. Okay, let's start training some basics. Basic movement. Try to slightly move your head forward and reach the blue marker. We made it! That's it. That wasn't so hard, was it? Basic movement. Next, markers just showed up. One is located on the left, second on the right of you. Da-da-da-da, balancing your body, reach both markers. Whee! Whee! Great, you managed to do that, but you're still a rookie. There's a long way ahead of you. Let's not waste any more time. I do almost feel like I'm missing something with the movement. Sticking to the center of the platform gives you more control. Try to stay in the middle and balance your body instead of wandering around the platform. I had a hell of a time trying to do this the first time around. You almost have to turn before you want to turn, or lean before you want to turn, as there's a significant delay in when you move versus when you actually start to go that way. So you have to add, if you're sliding to the left, you have to add the counter force before you actually start going right. And then when you do, you shoot off to the right. I already grabbed the disc. Oh my god. The rowing disc is a very basic weapon available during the race. I did not get this at all during any of the races. You need to know how to use it properly. The rowing. Hold the trigger of your main controller, grab the disc, release the trigger to throw it. The rowing. Try to hit all of the red rings. Boop. 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 I did much better last time, I promise. There we go. There we go. You can throw it like this if that's more your style, but it's a bit more difficult to control. At least for me it is. That was actually amazing! I'm sensing good material for a racer. Get ready for a final test. It is unnecessary to use all of your strength to successfully throw a disc. Practice and find the smallest move that gives you good enough accuracy and speed. Also, it's much safer for your surroundings. You don't say. Now we will see if you've mastered all the skills. This is your final challenge. If you complete the task, take down all the red rings, collect all of the pickups. Good luck! Okay. Oh, I didn't think I was going to get that. Yes. Oh, come on. And there you go. That is the tutorial. That was... wow! You've just proven yourself to be a great candidate for the race! Alright, so this area is very skate park-like, Sprint Vector-esque, but we can't move around. So this is more like the beta arcade skate park, where you could just look and couldn't move. So really quick, we have a quit button. Yay for quit buttons! We can go back through the tutorial again if we really want to. Settings, we have game. We can go... I didn't actually mean to click on that. Go back through the calibration really quick. Yay! We can calibrate. Did not mean to do this. Okay, we're calibrated, right-handed. Let's get back in the game. Okay, back to the settings. I didn't mean to click calibrate. Right-handed mode or left-handed mode, you can switch that at will. Reset your save is what I did after I did the failed first recording. Hints on or off, not a whole lot of options there. Sounds are basically just a binary on or off. And right now the sounds are at -5 because at the start in that calibration there's a very loud sound that was very annoying to me, especially when I walked over that way. Graphics we have high and fancy, so basically low and high. We're gonna leave it on fancy, and that's it for options except for credits. You can see the Magic VR dev team. No one wants to sit and watch credits. And that's about it. We don't have campaign options yet. We have arcade. We don't have versus. We don't have cup, and we don't have time trial. All we have is single race. And in single race, we have Nabel Excavations, Ion Research Station, and Dunes of Septo. And that's it. These are the only 3 maps that we have. Now, I want to take this moment right here to point out this is a fully released game. It is not an early access title. This is a $14.99 game. This is a $15 game. You have effectively paid $5 per map right here to only play these 3 in single player against some not so great bots. So you might be seeing where my verdict is leaning at the moment. I hate that I didn't get my very first race, first impressions. But here we are with some interesting characters, so animations on them. Like when she was doing the twisting, her lower half was very stiff and unmoving. It just doesn't quite feel or seem natural. Same with these guys. I think they both do almost the exact same motions. A little bit more body work in that one, but that's not the main point of the game, just something to point out. So we can go through the difficulty settings here. We can set the number of laps. Default is 3. We will run through this on 3. Ion Research Station. Let's go ahead and get started. Throwing discs at moving targets can be tricky. Charging energy through your discs into homing missiles. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like it didn't explain the energy system enough. But I guess we could read through these, but we're not going to.
Set, go.
So this is killer on your lower back though. Whereas Sprint Vector is more upper body, this is more, I'm gonna beat up your lower back. So those are the boost pads. The boost is really the only time that you feel like you've got any speed going for you. Like there's no... Sprint Vector does a good job at making you feel fast. This, not so much. It does have that F-Zero feeling of bouncing off the sides of the walls, but that's really where the racing stuff ends. You do get better at controlling your cart after a while once you get used to it, but in the beginning it's very, very weird and very awkward feeling. It's still a challenge to get it to go where I want it. And yes, I can get blown up by my own mind, so I kind of want to put those where I'm not going to be. Just like the Mario Kart bananas. You can run over your own bananas. And energy seems to be tied to your power-ups. How tied it is, I am not entirely certain, but it is. I don't know why there is an energy system with the power-up system to begin with. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but it is what it is. And my lower back is really feeling it right now. You can kind of see that overshooting it very easily.
Shield on. Energy recharged.
Very, very subtle changes required to turn.
Shield off.
And yeah, these laps are really, really long, especially when you're half bent over like this trying to go forward, but still be able to turn side to side. My hands feel useless in this.
Energy recharged.
Except for occasionally throwing out an ability here. Like, I was expecting that I was going to have to do some balancing here and have some stability, but they really do nothing. I couldn't throw my my mine in front of her, which is unfortunate. And she seems to come from like very rubber band. Like, no matter how well I'm doing, she seems to always be right behind me. Maybe I'm not doing as well as I think I'm doing, but I'm in first place. I'm not really screwing up. I'm hitting these boosts. I'm getting a couple of turbos, and she's always just right there. She doesn't ever hit any of the mines, it feels like.
Energy recharged. Finish.
So, I mean, that's the game.
You win. Lap breaker.
1 minute 18-second lap, but the whole map was over 4 minutes long. And all we ever saw was one of these guys. Alright, so let's exit. Let's go do one of the more difficult maps. Yeah, again, only 3 maps. We'll do the Dunes of Septo really quick. My lower back is bleh right now. It's more of a like mid-body workout, whereas Sprint Vector is more upper body. So it might be okay if you really want to work that lower back. Let's bump difficulty up to challenging, and I'm going to do laps down to 2, because it's kind of long. Take advantage of using turbo power-up or by activating speed boosters located on the track. Plant mines to slow down your enemies. Being fully charged gives you additional explosives. How do I charge the mine? I don't know how to charge the mine. Defend yourself by using shield power-ups with full energy. It can be also used as a weapon. How? Why don't you tell me how?
Ready, set, go.
You can see it kind of moves in increments there.
Energy recharged.
Apparently you bounce off of them, and they don't feel a thing. Oh, and he goes under the ground.
Final lap. 5. Energy recharge.
Alright, here we go. Almost done. I don't have anyone else so I can try and... Oh. Shit. So that was full energy, and I'm holding the trigger. It's doing nothing. He's broken. I don't know how to use it as a weapon.
Energy recharged. Finish.
And finish. Yay, go me.
You win.
My Bach!
Breaker.
Ah, that is rough. This guy just quit. He wasn't going to finish at all. Alright, so that is Galaxy Race. It does look like it's not version 1 yet, so it's 0.3.2. However, if this is the case, it should be billed as an early access title. It should have that Steam early access tag. Right now, when you go there and you look at the game, you don't see the early access tag. So that is something to talk about in the outro. But again, we don't have campaign, we don't have time trial, we don't have cup, we don't have versus. All we have is a fifth of their game modes. Just the well, assuming campaign is just one game mode and not multiple game modes like this, we're missing a 4/5 of the game, and they're still charging $15 for it. And what we do have being only 3 maps, I can't really justify getting this game. There's no versus. You're going to play single player race a couple of times maybe and be done with it, unless, like I said, you're doing it to work your lower back, which might be viable. But yeah, let's go ahead and pop out really quick and proceed with the outro. I love quit buttons, so that's something in their favor. Okay, well, that was rather lackluster, to be honest. The locomotion, the Gravimotion locomotion system puts a lot of strain on your lower back. Maybe I was doing it wrong. Maybe with more practice, I might get better at it, find more efficient ways of moving around, similar to how in Sprint Vector you find a better way to stride that uses less energy but keeps you at full speed. Maybe I was too far forward. I don't know. It felt like very minute adjustments to your direction were more difficult than they should have been. I don't know if that's just tweaking the physics engine or if it's just a fundamental part of the game, but I wasn't really grabbed by the Gravimotion disc racing concept. I didn't feel a sense of speed. I didn't feel motion sick, but I've got an iron stomach. It takes a lot to make me feel motion sick. Occasionally, it did feel like there were blips where I'm going this way and I want to gradually go this way, where it almost felt like you're pressing up on the D-pad and then you're pressing up right on the D-pad. Like it just moved a notch, if that makes sense. But there was only a few occasions where I felt that, and that could be a tracking blip or I don't know what it is, but it just the Gravimotion didn't grab me. Wasn't super impressed. My biggest complaint, though, I could let that slide because that's, to each their own. Some people might enjoy that better. It is a racing game where you don't have to use your upper body as much like Sprint Vector, so that could have still been okay. What really irks me is that this is being billed as a fully released game, and it's a $15 game, $14.99 on Steam. link in the description below. But it's not being advertised as not finished. At least from what I initially saw on the Steam page, they're releasing this as, yeah, this is a full game, come buy this game, even though it's missing major features that they're showing in the game. I mean, if they didn't show them in the game, then it might be less of an issue, but they're showing, hey, we're missing a campaign mode, we're missing a cup mode, we're missing a time trial mode, and we're missing verses. We have 4 modes that are planned that aren't in there. This is an early access game. But when I bought the game, and I didn't buy the game, they actually gave me a copy of the game. But I'm just coming from the point of view of someone, who's out there picking up the game. When they go look to buy the game, they're saying $15, racing game, doesn't say early access. Okay, let's pick it up and try it. When it really should say early access because it's not finished. I mean, even the version number that we saw in the lower right-hand corner of the menu said 0.3 point something. I don't remember. It's not even at version 1 yet. So that is probably my main reason why I am going to give this a thumbs down, is because of that dishonesty. And in my mind, I see that as Magic VR being dishonest with its customers. Yeah, other than that, I just really didn't enjoy myself as much as I would in other, uh, like, I keep comparing it to Sprint Vector because it's very similar. It's probably the only other VR game like this. There's going to be a lot of comparison between Sprint Vector and this. I enjoy Sprint Vector more just purely as at a fun level. This I didn't have fun. I felt like I was just standing there. I think I mentioned while I was racing that I wasn't really doing anything with my arms. Occasionally I'd throw out a power up, but for the most part they were just standing there, sitting there, and all I'm doing is looking around. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. Maybe it'll do it for you. Let me know in the comments down below if you have this game and you like it. Let me know why. Let me know why you like this, maybe over Sprint Vector. What you think of the two of them combined. Just give me your feedback in the comments. That's going to do it for me and this video. Please be sure to hit that like, sub, and as I said, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to go the extra mile and support the channel, there's also the Amazon affiliate link, link to my Twitch and my Twitter and all that good stuff down there. Or you can follow and support over there. That is it for me, guys. I will see you in the next video. Later.